Yeah, so some of you guys might have noticed or seen already from the start of the video that I'm now rocking the Xbox One X. Still got the same Fanatec 2.5, but the new thing that's changed since we were last on is the software update for Project Cars 2. You might remember back in another video that I did was to do with reducing clipping, and initially I started the video referencing the volume section and showing you how much clipping you would get if you were running that. And I went through all my settings on my wheel. I'll just quickly go through them. Sensation set at 900, force feedback's on 100 as recommended by Fanatec. Shock is on, so that's off. Shock just adds some vibration to the wheel. ABS I've got set to 90 because I'm running the version 3 pedals, so I get a lot of vibration through the pedals when I'm putting about 90% of my braking pressure on, so it helps me not lock in the brakes. Drift mode, I've gone through all this with the wheel and how it affects the wheel. Brake force, generally I want to apply 100% of what I've got available, and that was my wheel settings. I'll just bring you out of here, and since signing up for Xbox Insider, it allows you to take part in schemes that are run by Xbox or Windows, whatever, of any new updates that are available. I've currently got a 1440p monitor that I'm using here. Obviously with the Xbox One X, when it was released, you could use 4K viewing. Well, when I got the Xbox One X yesterday, the only option that was available for me in the display option, the video output, was 1080p and 720p, because 1440p wasn't supported yesterday, and it still isn't to the masses. But if you choose to take part, there's an app on here called Xbox Insider, and it'll ask you to carry out certain tasks like add a friend to your homepage. I can't even think of the task it asks you to do, but it asks you to do certain tasks. Are they easy to follow? And you fill out a small questionnaire and you get X amount of points for filling out that questionnaire. But it does give you privileges like running this version of the OS that currently isn't out for general release. So if we look at console information, this is the new version of the OS that's going to be released very shortly to make use of the 1440p option. Anyway, that all happened yesterday, and I bought this new Xbox One X. And the wheel sensation has changed dramatically. I still haven't found a good or a happy medium, to be honest. If you watched my previous video, we're back in the same car, running the same circuit, with the exact same setup. The wheels set up exactly the same, and at the end of the video I ended up with all the settings just as they are now, and there was no clipping on the wheel. The wheel felt absolutely perfect. I'll just run through driving a little section of this circuit now with these specific wheel settings, someone has mentioned that the FX that some people didn't feel were working very well with the version 2.5 have been tampered with dramatically to try and bring some more effect. But I've got to be honest, I have never suffered with any bad effects from this, so I really don't know why it's been changed. So let's run a lap. I'll let you have a little look at the telemetry that I'm going to put down here as well, and we'll see what we see. I'll just restart this session because I'm not sure where we're at, and I'll just put my gloves on as well. So let's turn a lap. That was previously at the 100, so right now this is a common fault. I've got no force feedback right now, so you just got to turn the wheel off and reboot it. So that was a good fault to find just as we started, but it does do that from time to time. And just restart the wheel. See, I'm still running 317.018 firmware. I have tried to install the old firmware. This is the driver 292 that's on this. I did try to install 289, which I believe was 316 firmware. But it doesn't allow you to install that. It doesn't allow you to go backwards when you're trying to install it. Or certainly I couldn't get it to do that. So let's resume. And hopefully we've got some feedback in the wheel here. Look. So initially the wheel felt brilliant, but right now I'm getting just a sensation through the wheel. You can see how it's just blipping down here. It's really jerky. I'm sure you watched my last video, it wasn't anything like that. And I do like quite a bit of weight in my wheel. A really heavy vibration here. And just lots of knocking. Like it wanted to change down either then. You hear the vibration through the wheel. I'll just reset that because we've just knackered the steering up. Let's see. We've got no clipping at all. Lots of knocking. Just like a rattling. It's like the wheel's just rattling. Big spike of something then. I lost it. You can just see this sort of this was sort of how it used to do that. Feels brilliant, there's nothing there. and then the rattling starts again. Like a notchy vibration. It's not really adding anything to the game at all. It's just like it slips. It's like there's a... The only way I've described it is really like a cog missing. Just lots of banging there, which I thought that would be clipping. I really did. It doesn't register any of it. It's just like it's too pronounced. It's like a that's how it feels through the wheel. It's like that. It's a very strange feeling that wasn't there before. Try and reduce it even further, but we're not getting any clipping. There isn't any clipping, so reducing the wheel weight is only changing the weight of the wheel. So you could run this all the way down to like 10, still leaving all the information. The wheel just feels light. It's like, what's the point in owning a Fanatec wheel that offers so much feedback if you're not getting any feedback? There's no sensation of hardly anything through that wheel. You could, apart from these silly bumps, that's all you're feeling through the wheel. You see how much detail's coming through here from the circuit? Literally nothing. No detail at all. So we come back to force feedback. Let's get it up there like we're going to feel something, yeah? That's a nice enough weight on the wheel. I'd be happy with 40%. I like it a bit heavier, but there's just this knocking. Like someone's just tapping the wheel. There's no information there. Like a jerkiness through the wheel, like it's missing something, and like a big clump, just nothingness. It's just random information that's coming through. So let's maybe tell me the feeling of surface detail and tyre slip. Note that this is also dependent on the flavour. So obviously we're running raw, so we're expecting a good feeling. That was the chosen game option. The setting is an open sweep from one end to the other, 0 to 100. Blah 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 blah. Feel with respect to tyre slip, but less surface detail will come to. So I'm like right the way over to. If I go all the way over here, I should be getting no detail from the surface. This should all be tyre slip. It says here the setting is an open sweep of alignment force at 0, where surface detail is more pronounced, but there is less feel when it comes to tyre slip. So to slide, load, force, Y, whatever, where there is a stronger feel with respect to tyre slip, but less surface detail. So all the way over at 100, I should be feeling less about the circuit and more about the tyre slip. So let's see how that feels. Still just this notchiness. I can feel that, yeah. I can feel the balance, but it's just this notchy feeling. This has only come. That feels alright, but then there's just a random knock. Just like the cogs are missing. It's the only way I can describe it. Just get like a random judder through the wheel. For some people, they might think that's all part and parcel of the force feedback experience, you might think, oh, that feels really good. I can handle that. All I'm saying is, I've had the wheel now for 5 months, and the wheels felt brilliant, and it's felt like it feels now, but without the notching, without this sensation coming through the wheel as a thud when you're driving it. I've had it without that. I mean, some people are saying at the minute it's never felt better. But if that's how they're feeling the wheel, I don't know. I just can't seem to change to get rid of that bloody knocking. So even if we decrease this now, so this is obviously this is the effect that you're decreasing. You're either coming from 0 being all surface detail to tyre slip. Well, this is just the amount that tyre slip or surface detail is going to be pronounced. So let's just reduce that to say 50 where it comes as standard. See what difference that makes. Still the notchy feeling there. It's like it's knocking, you know what I mean? It's just not. Yeah, you can feel the curves, but I could feel the curves before. Yeah, that feels great along the rumble strip. But it's just this in-between section. This should feel really quite nice. It's a nice section of circuit. Yeah, I mean that should feel like a rumble strip, but it doesn't. It feels like someone doing that on the wheel. It doesn't feel like a sensation that you want, and it doesn't feel like it's a sensation that's going to make this wheel last any length of time at all. It's nowhere near as bad as a Assetto Corsa, I'll give you that. But it's nowhere near as good as it used to be, or it could be. I don't know if anyone else is running the same software, firmware. But that's just... People said before that the slider effect was making no difference. Well, to me, the slider effect right now is making no difference at all. So we're moving here from less effects. So we should be feeling less and less effects. I haven't noticed any difference yet, to be fair. Yeah, my bad that. Let's see if that makes any better. Less and less effects. See, that was one of the things. If you're in a spin and you release that wheel, like that, for example, and you press that button, you know what I mean? If you got your hand in there, it's going to just snap your hand off. I always just be really careful with that. That's nice and straight again. What were we doing? Yeah. Bringing this right the way down. See if there's no effects on the wheel. So why am I still getting the knocking? Why am I still getting wheel effects if I've turned them off? It just doesn't feel any different as I've moved that slider from one end to the other. It's made no difference at all. If anything, it was better at around 30. So let's try bringing tone down. Doesn't feel any different, just slightly less sensation through the wheel. I don't even want to turn it down because I haven't bought a £600 wheel to turn it down and dial down the experience. I can't see that that's going to have any effect. In fact, let's try turning drift mode off. Obviously we know it just makes the wheel a lot looser. Let's see what difference that makes. No, notchiness is still there. You can tell straight away the instant doesn't make any difference. I'm looking for something that it used to be and it no longer is. There's a feeling there that wasn't there before, and it's not making the game feel better. It's just causing the wheel to suffer, really. The only two that I'm using is informative, designed to give more of a detailed feel of the road surface, curbs, tyre slip, weight and suspension movement. This for me just felt a little bit more dialed back from raw. Just resume. Random movements through there. Just feels nothing now. There's nothing there, no weight at all. Which just gives like a sensation of not really feeling anything. In the centre of the wheel there's no grip. There's no force feedback there at all. So for me that's just like, what the immersive. Much more sensation either side of the wheel there, but it's like it's just the notchiness is just as bad. You know, if you don't keep hold of that wheel, it's going to go crazy. So the force feedback for me, you've got one option, it's raw. So you're going to start dialing this back a little bit. The curves feel great. But there's no reason around this section, which feels nice so far, there's no reason to feel any notching through the wheel. Obviously that's great when you go over the curves. This is the least notchiest lap I've had. Well, that certainly feels like it's heading in the right direction. Still a bit notchy there. Whoa, too much speed. No, 70, let's try that. Let's not take too many big steps. No, I'm sort of losing a bit of the sensation here. What was it on? 80. I think 80 felt good. Or was it 9? Yeah. Maybe it was between 80 and 90. Let's try 84. I don't think I'm going to get rid of that knocking. Let's turn the tone down. Obviously that's just moving from tyre slip to more surface detail. So for me, where does that make sense? That it's the surface detail that's making the knocking. So it's got to only go that way. Volumes, the weight of the wheel. The weight of the wheel feels fine. So 1:24.5. It's not a good lap, but that's what he just done, isn't it? That is a good lap. It's third on the leaderboard in a minute. So what lap did we just set? So 1:26. So it's a second and a half off. Brake temperatures through the roof. So yeah, not really sure. Let's try and turn it down to, let's try 90. See if it makes a difference. That's not a good corner. But yeah, the feelings doesn't feel any less than 100, to be honest. 80. 124. So the wheel still feels really good, but there's just something, there's more information coming through it than just that's than what is needed. There's just a knocking. It's too much, and that's only happened since the new update. So if anyone can have a look, there are nice feelings coming through the wheels, stronger feelings from the curbs, and the wheel still feels really good, but there's just that knocking sound that doesn't feel like it's doing the wheel any good at all, and it's not registering as clipping. So there's no clipping going on with the settings that I've got. So if you're wanting to look at them, final finish, sensation is on 900. I've got force feedback set at 80. Shock is off. ABS at 90, that's my personal preference with my own brake pedal. Drift mode's on 0.5, brake force is on 100. And just going through the options. Controls, these are what I've got set in there. You can pause it if you need to have a look at them. And then that's what I've ended up with. That feels as close to how I had it when I was using the last settings, but it still doesn't feel as good as it did feel before version 5 was released. I think if they can look at this video and see, I don't even, maybe I've lost that wheel, lost the wheel. So yeah, that's the end of that. Hopefully this has been useful to anyone that's using the version 2.5 that's struggling. I know a lot of people have said that they're really loving it and it feels the best it's ever felt. Well, for me it doesn't quite do that, but this is as good as it feels having set it up. And yeah, I'll put a little shout out here for TJ as well, who's sort of talked me into getting the X after discussing that he'd seen some of my videos on YouTube and he was really interested in what I was doing, and he'd got a very similar setup that he was looking forward to getting up and running, and he couldn't believe that I'm still playing on the Xbox One. He said the graphics were just phenomenal through the 4K TV that he got. I think he was running a Sony, maybe a Sony 900 or something like that. But obviously when I initially got the Xbox One X and set it all up, and there was only 1080p available, if anyone's got a 1080p TV or monitor and they're thinking of buying an X, I really wouldn't bother, because I've not really seen a massive difference. Obviously since changing this from running at 1080p to 1440p, the richness in the blacks is just really is beautiful. I've not tried any other games, but I don't know how it looks to you guys from how it looks on my channel, but it does feel really nice. It looks really nice. It looks really nice and rendered, really crisp detail on the lettering. Is it worth another £450? Not quite sure. I think if you've got an Xbox One and you've still got a 1080p monitor, there's no real reason to swap. If you've got yourself a 4K telly or monitor, I think you'll notice the swap massive, especially for people running 4K. I really think you'd notice the difference. But is it still worth £450? I don't know. Time will tell. As there are other features on the new OS that's come out. You can change from a dark background. I don't know if I can just quickly show you in the settings. Yeah, there's this option here, high contrast. You can have dark themes. I mean, look how black that is. That is just beautiful. I thought I had that on actually. So you come back and maybe it looks even blacker. the blacks just really are true black. Whereas, yeah, this was the other one that they've a lighter theme. Not sure whether I would run that ever. I think especially if you're on here at night, that's just going to rip your eyes to pieces. You're going to be going to bed with just flickering in your eyes. I've not put a good review about that. I'm quite happy with the dark theme, just a really beautiful black. I've not really noticed any other differences. There's supposed to be a few minor ones, but I really can't tell. Yeah, hope that's been useful, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it's been another long video, but I'm just trying to get to the bottom of getting this force feedback to how it was. Thanks for listening, guys. Take care. Push the like button and subscribe. Everyone else says it, so I'll chuck it in there. Thanks, guys.